Hey guys, I feel like it's been quite a while since I've sat down and just talked about a topic or just talked in general. I've been doing a lot of vlog style videos, which I really like, but for today I wanted to do a little book video. As you know, I got really into reading this year, and it's definitely one of those hobbies that I really want to continue into the new year as well. So I picked out my top 3 books of 2021 and I want to share them with you. I also want to share a few books I picked up recently that will be on my TBR for 2022. So let's start with my top 3 books of 2021. I believe you've heard me talk about one of these books before because I did read it back in the summer. So we'll start with that one. These aren't really in order, I would say, but one of my top 3 books would be Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, which the title is a bit morbid, I will agree. But honestly, to be honest, I saw one person make a TikTok about this book, and I just really like the cover, and to be honest, the aesthetic for me is a big deal. But this book is actually by a Canadian author, and this is her debut novel, I believe. So I really enjoyed this book. I haven't read any other thing like this book, and picking it up, I really did not 100% know what it was about because I usually read a lot of romance. The other 2 finalists for my favorite books are romance books. I've read it pretty quick, I think within 3 or 4 days maybe, and this was closer to the beginning of my reading journey. But I don't want to give too much away, but basically it follows a young woman, Gilda, who is gay and she's having troubles at home. She's looking for help, and there's a flyer for free therapy at a church. So she goes there with that in mind, and she ends up walking into a job interview for someone that has recently passed away. And Gilda's really fascinated with death, so she couldn't turn down the opportunity, and since they didn't know that's why she wasn't there, she ended up taking the job, and it's sort of following this mystery, but also it has comedy and it has like coming of age topics. I really like this book, so it definitely made my top 3. So my next book of 2021 reading is Elle Kennedy's The Deal, and like I just said about the Emily Austen book, I really like aesthetic covers. Who decided this cover? And that's honestly why I didn't pick up this book for a long time, but you know, I eventually bit the bullet and I ordered it off Amazon, and honestly I'm really glad I did, because this is the first book in a series that I like want to keep reading. Like, I just want to keep reading the series and reading the series. So I really enjoyed this book. It's raved about on TikTok, and I understand why. I really like it. And I love a good college romance. Like, sometimes it's hard for me because I'm only 17 to read like books about adults and like people in their 30s or their late 20s, just because I can't directly relate. But college and high school topics are very interchangeable, so I really enjoyed this college romance. After reading this book, I had a hard time picking up another book, but I am recovered now, and it definitely made my top 2021, and I read it within the last few weeks, so it just made the cut. But I definitely recommend this book if you're looking for a good college sports romance. It's very entertaining. And the last book that made my top 3 of 2021 is, of course, People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, because after reading this book, I was like, that is why I like reading, and that was definitely the best book I've read this year. And I don't know, I wasn't 100% expecting that, but I loved this book. I loved Alex and Poppy's banter and their back and forth. Like, I really like the friends to lovers trope and how she did it in this. I don't know, you've probably heard enough people rave about this book. It's a great book. The slow burn, because unlike The Deal is not slow burn at all. This is slow burn, and it was sort of painful, to be honest, because I'm not 100% sure I love the slow burn, but this one made it so worth it, and it was very satisfying at the end. And yeah, I really loved this book. So those were my top 3 books of 2021. I really enjoyed all of them. I didn't give all of them 5 stars, but definitely like 4.5. They were very good books. Now on to some books that I've picked up recently that are on my TBR for next year, or I got gifted these books. just things like that. And I'm excited to show you. Going to the bookstore is literally something that helps my depression. It's literally my happy place. So I tend to go there a lot and just pick up new books. So continuing on with the Emily Henry books, I picked up, actually no, I did not pick up. I got gifted for Christmas Beach Read. I asked for this book and I'm only, I think, on chapter 4, so I'm not very far into it, but I'm very excited to read it. Love the cover, and I'm really excited because I see so many people on TikTok saying how they love Gus so much, that he's their like book boyfriend, so I'm excited. I already like the dynamic that I'm seeing between the two main characters, so that's exciting. This is another book that I've had for a few weeks, but I haven't really started it, and it's Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I love the cover. The cover is beautiful, and I haven't really gone far into this book at all, but I love the idea of it, and I've seen some TikToks. TikTok is like the best place for books. And what I've seen about this book is that it like very accurately depicts modern dating, and like you can really see that in this book, which will be exciting. And yeah, I'm just excited to get to read it eventually. So remember when I said after I read The Deal, I just wanted to keep reading the series and reading the series and reading the series. So I picked up The Mistake, and honestly I ordered this at first to read on the plane because I'm traveling next week, and it came in the mail. I could not resist it. I was reading Beach Read, and then I had to stop and pick this up because I can't resist this series. I'm not quite done it, honestly. I have, if you can see, I have like that much left of the book. I have very little left of the book, but once I get through the good stuff, sometimes it's hard to finish off a book for me, but I'm gonna finish this book either today or tomorrow. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. I sort of know how it ends because I'm almost there, but yeah, I really love the characters in this book too. I'm not sure if it's as good as The Deal, but nonetheless, it's very exciting. I felt like The Deal had a little bit less like slow moments. Like this book has a few slow moments for me, and yeah, this series I always like pick up when I know I want something like really fast and like something that like I just zoom right through. That's this series, because I read this book in like 1.5 days until like there, and then I have to finish it off. But yeah, so The Mistake, I'm reading that right now, but obviously it's 2022 right now, so I sort of had to include it because I did just get it. I have 2 more books to show you. These both are from my most recent trip to the bookstore, which was like 2 days ago. And the first one I found, I actually saw a YouTuber I watched read this book. She said it was really good. So it's Greedy by Jen Winston, Notes from a Bisexual Who Wants Too Much. So I don't know if you remember, but I'm still reading Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I'm still reading that. It's taking me forever because it's just one of those books that you can so easily pick up and put down. I'm definitely like 2/3 the way through the book. Like I could finish it very soon. That's what I'm hoping to do, because this is also one of those kind of books where you can like pick it up and put it down. So I'm excited for that because I always like to have one of those books in the rotation. A raved about book of 2021, a TikTok book, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I'm very excited to read this too. This might be my plane read now. A coworker of mine is into the same kind of books I read, and she rated this 5 stars, and I know many other people have rated it 5 stars. And it's like a fake dating, enemies to lovers trope, I believe. It's definitely a bit different than other books, but I've heard it's very good. And I believe Ali Hazelwood has other books coming out this new year that are sort of a part of this series, so I definitely need to read this book pretty soon. So I'll keep you guys updated on all of my new books and all of my reads of 2022. But again, if you want to keep closer tabs on my reading, definitely check out my Goodreads in the description, and I'll see you guys soon.